This podcast contains explicit language.
I'm James Walker, and this is Real Talk, Real People. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again this week. Today is July 9th, Saturday, July 9th. And for the Walkers, this is a very special day for us because this is our mother's birthday. She would have turned 93 years old today. And you know what? No matter how old we get, we always take time to remember the woman who meant so much to us in our lives. We're looking back on our mother and some of our childhood memories of her. We hope you enjoy it.
Mom could throw shade when she was living. So she could
But you know what else? I was thinking too, is that she died before she could see Obama elected.
I know.
And that's one of the things I remember when the night of the election or when they announced the results, I remember thinking, oh my God, mommy, you missed this.
Yep. I literally thought the same thing.
So, oh my God, this would have been so cool because she would have been in love with him. She would have thought he was fine. Like,
yes, I know that. She would have had Obama drapes.
Yes, she would have. Just like she had the Martin Luther King fan.
I remember when Martin Luther King was assassinated. I remember when Malcolm X was killed. I remember it was like they were brothers to her. She was
out of it. Yeah.
So you can see how those people of that generation, especially, had so much hope tied to these.
Yes, Alan.
Figures. It wasn't. They weren't just people. They were really saviors to some extent.
To these people, absolutely.
They were bringing. They were speaking to a crowd that most people couldn't speak to. So it was like when Martin Luther King spoke or when Malcolm X spoke, you would always hear Ma say something and she would say, yeah, because that's right, talk about it.
Yeah.
She was like, they were saying what she would say, but she couldn't say it, and she couldn't be there to say it,
Right.
I could, here, she would probably be drooling over Obama though.
Oh my God, girl.
She would be drooling over Obama.
I'm mad at her for that one. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Ain't nothing like a black man playing basketball. Whoop. She would be amazed at the technology.
Yeah.
I mean, she would be trying to use it and we'd still have to program stuff and fix stuff for her. But I thought about how much fun it would be or would have been to show her this stuff.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
It would have been nice for her to be on.
Her be able to
like
see
Zoom.
On Zoom.
Well,
I can see her sitting at that little table with that computer. I told you I got a picture of her
just
using the computer. I got a picture of her.
Yeah. Glasses down.
Yep. Using the computer, all closed. And who was it saying? Was it me? I was online, it was like I had gotten up and because I'm a night owl, and it was like 2:00 in the morning or something like that. And all of a sudden this instant message popped up and it was Mom. And I went, what are you doing online? It's at 2:00 in the morning. And she was on the computer. She was on
or a cell phone, the way the cell phones work, and just different things. She would have been pretty amazed by this stuff. She would have been pretty tickled about it, I think.
But she did live long enough to see how you could connect with her grandkids, say, in another state. So because that's really when she got kind of interested in learning how the computer worked, but she wasn't interested at all. And I remember when she used to accidentally park things, and she would go, "Oh, James disappeared. I didn't do it; just disappeared. It just disappeared."
Yeah.
And she'd be in a total panic. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
but I often think about what she would think like if like a Allen commercial
Oh,
came on
seeing Alan on
TV.
commercial. Oh my
Yes.
God.
She would
Oh
have
my
freaked
Lord.
out. Wait a minute.
But even you, James, I mean, even when she
But
said
Yeah.
she did.
To see
She
your
lived long enough
podcast.
to
yeah.
read.
newspaper articles and
No. She lived long
You-
enough to read my first column about her.
yes,
Oh,
that's what
okay.
I'm saying. She
Okay.
would,
Yes,
she
she
gets
did.
excited
Remember, I
about
wrote
it.
about our last Christmas at Alice's house.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Before she passed. And then
Yep.
unfortunately, I wrote about her after she passed. But
Yeah.
so she did live long enough to see that.
Yeah.
But that's right, Alan, she didn't live long enough to see any of your commercials.
None
No,
of your
James.
No.
No.
She
And
died
she
in
didn't live long enough to see
2004,
me on stage.
and I
She
started
didn't
working.
live right.
No,
I started
Jackie's
working in
music
television in
videos.
2007.
That's
None of
right,
that.
Jackie.
None
of
Jackie,
that.
well, you're back to that. Only your head is,
I got to sit. I have to. I
Well,
need
just
the
adjust
support
your-
in my back.
Yeah, just
Oh.
adjust your,
Yeah.
just
well,
adjust
just,
your,
that.
Fine.
just adjust your
Just
your thing.
yeah,
So
I mean,
there are a
But
lot
yeah,
of things
she started.
forgotten
She
to pick out.
passed away in 2004. I started working in TV in 2007. So
right. And I didn't do a play until 2016.
yeah.
But she would have even freaked out to know that, because I think she knew what YouTube was before she passed. I think she knew what it was,
A
even if she
little
didn't
bit,
use
yeah.
it. Even if she didn't know anything really about it, she knew
Yeah.
that there was something called YouTube.
Now, mommy
I
was
think
still
she
watching a VCR when she died.
Yeah.
She would have freaked
that's
out
right.
to see Jackie's video, Jackie knowing that she could go to YouTube and see.
And watch Jackie's video. Yes, she
And
would.
listen,
Now I
would.
know, I can't imagine that Ma would be dating, but
No, she wouldn't.
but I remember before she died, there was this guy from down south that was contacting her and wanted to and wanted to like start a relationship. And so, and I said, well, why don't you, is there something that you want? And she said, well, I wouldn't mind having a little friend.
Yes, I remember
But-
that, Michelle.
But she said, the Bible says that a woman has to be in subjection to her husband. And she says, and I don't know, I if I don't feel like cooking, I don't want to cook. And if I don't feel like doing, I don't want to do that. So she said, I wouldn't mind having a little friend. She cracked me up with that little friend.
Little
That
friend.
little friend thing. I wouldn't mind having a little friend, but yeah, he was down south.
No, he was.
somewhere
You're
in-
right,
I
Michelle.
thought there was a guy that was right there in the place that she was living.
that was Ernest Butts, the mayor of Middletown, who was a Muslim at one point.
Oh Lord.
And let me tell you, him and mommy would sit in that damn lobby. And it was a group of women. It was mommy, it was Miss Sadie, it was the two bucket of blood sisters that used to cut up folks.
Look at the blood sisters. What the
Because
hell
that's
is
what
that?
they had little after hour spots, and everybody nicknamed the bucket of blood because everybody, they were always fighting and carrying on.
Oh my
So
God.
those two sisters lived in the building, and they would all sit in the lobby. And here come Ernest Butts. He puffed up, talk about Islam and Muhammad, and mommy and the rest of them church ladies would lay him out. And he would sit there and he said, well, Mrs. Walker, you're not the authority on everything. She says, and Ernest Butts, I don't claim to be the authority on anything, unlike yourself, and you don't know much of anything. Oh my God, we would sit in that lobby and I'd be like, them two. But they called him Ernest Butts. They called him the unofficial mayor of Middletown.
Is he the guy that tried to hit on her in the elevator? And she said, I'm not that kind of girl.
Probably.
No, I think
Ernest
that happened years ago. I mean, when
No,
we
that
were,
happened in the first, when she, in the first senior citizen place she lived in.
Yeah.
There was
And she
some-
was
there
in
was
the
some
elevator.
guy- There was some guy who used to speak through one of these things, and he would say, Doris, I'm burning up. And she would say, well, you're gonna have to, she said, well,
Oh,
you're gonna
that's
burn up there.
he was living there too. Yeah. Talk about heat burning
She
up.
said, Doris, I'm burning up.
What, did he
Sounds
have,
like
did
the
he
men
have
in
one
the
of those
nursing
things?
home.
Yeah, he had
You
one of
know?
those things for a voice thing,
Oh my God.
So he would say, Doris, because he would always say, come on, Doris, come on. She said, you better leave me alone. He said, Doris, come on, I'm burning up. She said, well, you gonna burn up, man.
I can't with these people.
Oh my God.
And she was dead serious too.
Yes, she
It
was.
was no
I know.
play.
That's
I know
what's
she
funny
was.
about it. She was
I know
dead
she, because
serious.
you know, Ma had that little hinky attitude, you know, that little hinky attitude a little
I
bit.
know.
This
I
is
know.
mommy's thing. Listen, I had one husband. He was an asshole. I'm not taking no shorts this time. So you with the trait, beat it. Ernest Butts, you definitely gotta go. You know, she wasn't around. You know, and mommy would come out for dressed for church,
Yep.
you know.
So I
and-
remember when mommy wasn't dressed for church and she did have boyfriends. Do you remember Seon?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
I-
Seon
Who's
Jackson.
Seon?
I remember his voice.
Jackie,
Yeah.
do you remember Cello?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Mom used to answer the phone.
The phone would ring, bing, 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 bing. It was, I'll get it. No, I got it.
Hello.
Wait, but she always had like an N in before, like hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like, hello.
Hello.
Oh my
But
God.
I
that
remember
is so funny.
Seon's voice. I remember his accent. He was from Sierra Leone, right?
Right.
He was,
He
I
was
know some
from-
part of
he
Africa.
was some part of Africa, I remember. And he didn't.
I
Now
remember
he
his
didn't stay.
voice.
Which is the one that's kind of stayed around a long time, but he wasn't her boyfriend.
I don't know, but
Oh,
Seon
Little
is,
West. Little
Seon,
West.
who what?
Remember Little
Little
West?
West.
I don't
Hey,
remember
Lil
Little
West.
West.
Lil West. Lil West.
He used to love him some Doris. Oh my
No.
God.
Do you remember Uncle? Do you remember Waverly Flood?
Yes,
I
child.
remember Waverly Flood.
Oh, he was pretty.
Oh, yeah.
He
Oh my
was
goodness.
straight out drunk.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
Seon
He's an alcoholic.
was the one that wanted to fix me up with a friend of his. Remember
Yeah,
that?
girl.
He came to
Yeah,
the
I
house
think-
on
I kind of recall that.
on
Yeah.
Hinsdale Place.
Yeah, on Hinsdale
Yes.
Place.
On Hinsdale
Yep.
Place.
And he says, no, she's a baby, she's a baby. And he said, I want you to be the mother of my many children. That's exactly what he said to me.
Yeah, that's a no.
That's a big no.
But you know
That's
what? I
enough.
remember that. I remember that happening. But for some odd reason, I remember it happening on Ogden Street.
No,
Uh-uh.
it was
That was way
Hinsdale.
Hinsdale Place.
It was Hinsdale Place.
Because
Yeah,
I was
it was
little
his-
when that happened. I remember Seon.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, you
remember
were
him.
little,
I remember
Shameen.
his
You,
voice. I was little. I
Yeah.
remember his voice.
Yeah. Well, I was
yeah.
around 12 or 13. I remember that.
Right.
Right. I was around
Yeah, I was 12
or
on
13.
Hinsdale. I was 12 on Hinsdale Place.
Right. So
Uncle
then I
Ben?
was 11. Okay.
Ben.
Ben's around
Uncle
Bar
Ben.
Ben
But he wasn't her boyfriend, as we found out later.
later.
Oh yeah.
They were. He was.
Talk about
She
the
was-
best kept
he was-
secret ever.
He was her secret.
Well, Ma was
he
like
was
a
his
fag
secret
hag,
or
as
whatever.
they say.
That just spoke to her ability to
She was
be
just
a
a people
confidant.
person. She didn't care. She didn't.
Yeah,
Mom kind
I
of didn't
remember-
kind of care what you were about. She just
I
cared if you were a
remember
nice
one of
person,
the-
pretty much.
the girls from church. She
Mhm.
spoke at mommy's funeral, Stephanie. And I knew Stephanie well. I know her well. And I didn't know that she had been going to mommy's house and sitting with mommy and mommy counseling her.
Mhm.
And mommy never said a word about this. And she knew Stephanie and I were close. But it just speaks to her ability to kind of read the room. You know, mommy was good at reading the room. She really could kind of look at a situation and be like, she might be a little shady about it, but you know, she could keep a secret, God knows, because
Yeah, Mom could definitely keep a secret. Yeah.
she could keep a secret, you know, because I always thought we called him Uncle Ben. I thought that was her boyfriend for years.
Well,
And
yeah,
then
we all thought he was her
Her
boyfriend.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So-
Even
and she
though,
never,
even though we couldn't figure out with that walk and that cigarette,
Oh, yeah.
but he
Yeah.
was married at the same time.
Yeah.
Remember, because we
Yeah.
kept saying, "Wait a minute, he's married." You know,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
should
but
have given us a clue. But he was,
did you guys ever meet his son Russell?
yes,
No.
yeah,
I did. Yeah, I think I did actually.
yes.
Oh my
Remember
God.
Russell, he was a big guy.
Yeah, he's a good
Yes,
guy.
actor. He was an actor actually. He did some acting.
Oh,
But
I
he
remember
was-
that.
Crazy as hell.
Yeah, I know.
No. All I remember about Ben's Round Bar, besides Ben, was crab night.
Yes, they would all cry.
Crab night.
with
Crab night, and there was
newspapers.
that 5-year period where mom was not home a lot. She was not home a lot, and I remember going to Ben's Round Bar and knocking on the door and asking for money.
5 years, it wasn't 5 years.
Yep, it was about 5 years that
No,
mom
Michelle.
just
No.
even Tasha mentioned it. It was about 5 years.
It
that
couldn't
mom-
be, Michelle, because
We
I was
weren't in
11
that
years
area that
old.
long.
Right,
We
I
weren't
was
Yeah,
in
because
that area for
we were
5 years.
also in Hinsdale Place, but we were also in North Newark.
right, but we
Yeah,
moved.
but we
when
weren't
were
in
living
that
on
entire
Ogden
area
Street,
for
I
more
was
than 5
15 years
years.
old. In fact,
Yeah,
I was.
but
no,
but
don't forget we went to
Yeah.
Tremont Junior High School,
Yeah,
Michelle.
you're getting that wrong, Michelle.
getting that
Mom,
wrong, yeah.
the entire- There was
You-
about a year, maybe a year and a half. I don't even know if it was that long, where she
Mm.
partied. Yeah, I'm telling you.
no,
Yeah,
I
Michelle, I
gotta
don't
disagree.
I don't know.
Especially because I was the one that was always home.
But
But
you know
what,
maybe
she-
that's
I
clouding your
remember.
judgment here.
Mom,
I remember
mom,
Mom
What's
was
his
worked.
name, James? I remember this
Mom,
time.
there was a
Yeah.
period of time there when mom was working 24/7.
That's
Right.
true.
It
That I
wasn't-
remember.
Mom didn't
too.
hang, mom wasn't in the streets that time. There was a
Yeah,
period of
no,
time when she
Michelle, you're
was
wrong about
partying.
that.
She
He
experimented.
said that,
That was,
but she
was
always
a
said
short
it was
period of
like
time.
about a year or so when she was just out there
I'll
partying.
say,
And
yeah,
she
it
was-
was about a year.
Okay, so
I-
hold
I-
on. Wait, she might be right. Hold on.
No, I think I'm
No.
right, James. It was around 5 years.
Maybe close to
Uh-uh.
it because we were in 3 different places.
But
Listen
we
to
were in
me.
those
Yeah.
places
Hold
maybe
on.
Wait a
3 or 4
minute.
months apiece.
Just
We weren't
listen
there
to
for
me,
long
right?
periods of time.
Just listen
We
to
were
the
at
age.
575
Michelle was how
Broadway.
old? Michelle just said she was,
577 Broadway.
577 Broadway. We
Don't
were
ask
in
me how
we
I
were
remember
in-
that.
and
then
I
we were
was in,
all-
wait a
we
minute,
were
I was
also
in
right
seventh
around
Hang
the
on,
grade.
one at a
corner.
time, one at a time.
We were also living around the corner from Oriental Place. So we were in that vicinity in 3 different residences.
Right.
I'm saying you can count, there were probably
So-
4 or 5 different residences if you
Right.
want to count Ogden, Mount Pleasant Avenue, Mount Prospect. But what I'm saying to you is that in that entire period of time, we weren't there for 5 or 6 years.
Right.
We were here for 3 or 4 months. We were there for maybe 8 or 9 months. We were here for 2 or 3 months. We were not there for 5, but that entire period of time.
And remember,
I mean, when we-
I went to Tremont Junior High School.
Yeah.
Where Alan went to Tremont Junior High School. You went to Tremont Junior High School.
I didn't go to Tremont Junior High School.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So it
Michelle,
wasn't
didn't you
By
go
the
to
5
Clarendon?
years.
by the time I was
I did-
12, by the time I was 12, we were in Orange.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You're wrong about the time.
I had-
period.
No,
was
by
away
the time
from
when
the
we
swim
were
team.
12, when I was, how old were we when we went to foster home?
9.
I was 9.
I was about 9, 8 or 9.
No.
I think.
I have,
No, I
a,
was-
I have
yes.
a question.
No, I was 9 when
Now,
we
when
moved
did,
away
when
from
did
the
we move
project.
to Ogden Street? When did we move to Ogden Street?
I was either
Well,
14
we were in
or
Ogden Street when
15.
Daddy died, so.
About
Daddy died in
1970.
Yeah, but in the 70s.
So
Daddy
we were
died-
on Ogden
Not
Street.
in the
between
70s.
In the
69
70s.
and 70.
69, 70.
Right,
So we had just
69,
come
70.
from North.
No.
Because
Right.
No,
Ogden
no.
Street was the first place we lived in Orange.
no.
No, it wasn't. Taylor
no.
Street.
Taylor Street was the first
Taylor
place we went
Street.
to,
right,
and someplace
Taylor
else,
Street.
and then Ogden Street.
right.
So we were there for a while before.
Center Street.
yeah.
Center
Center
Street.
Street, yeah. No,
We
Center
just-
Street was after. Center
We
Street
just
was after
moved so
Daddy died.
much. We
Yeah,
just
we
moved
did.
so much that
We
the
did.
timeline is
Center
blurred,
Street
but
was after Daddy died, I think.
Yeah, yeah, it was
That
after
was
Daddy
after Daddy
died.
died.
no.
Was Center
That's where
Street
she,
where-
that's where she fell down
It
the
was,
damn
because
steps.
I remember
Daddy
we
died when
took-
we lived on Ogden Street.
Yeah, but we
Yes.
took, yeah, so we took his furniture to Center Street.
His furniture to Center Street. That's right.
Was Center Street was Center Street the place where Paula and Tasha were in the closet?
Yes, yes.
Thanks a lot, Michelle.
Huh?
Yes.
And Jackie was stuck there with
actually
them.
in Mommy's bedroom closet.
Yeah,
It was Mommy's
And that-
bedroom closet.
that closet was huge. I mean, you could almost fit
Huge.
a bed in there.
Yeah, it was huge.
Bed in there. Yup, yup.
But yeah,
Yup.
we were out,
remember
we were
that.
out looking for another apartment. And
Well, 'cause they
Jackie,
threw us
Y'all
out.
left me there
and
and the police
Jackie was
came.
stuck there with
With Paula and Tasha.
Like,
Wait,
really?
Jackie, you were there when the constables?
Yeah.
They
Yes,
stopped,
hiding
they
in the
stopped poking in the
closet.
pile. They stopped
They
They
poking
left
in
me
the
there
pile.
with and then I was, who did I have? Who was
You
the
had
baby?
Paula.
Was
you
I had a
and-
baby.
It was
because
Paula and
Paula
Tasha
started
was probably.
giggling. And
No,
Paula
wait, hold
said,
on.
Jackie,
So somebody
Jackie,
had-
they found us.
Yeah, but somebody was, had the bottle.
It was probably.
It was,
It
maybe it was Robin.
No, it was Reese. It was Reese.
Oh, that's what I meant,
Reese.
Reese.
It was Reese.
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 Because Tasha was too
Yeah,
old
yeah,
for a
yeah.
bottle.
And,
It
and
was
then
Reese.
Paula was like,
But they stopped
He-
poking them.
he said-
They stopped poking. Get out of
they
there
were
now.
poking with the broom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Get
that's
out of
right. They
there.
were poking.
because they
it
were
was,
covered up with. They were covered up with
they
all
were
kind of
covered up
clothes
with-
and stuff.
Yeah, but tell you the truth, I forgot why now.
Because
they
we
were
were getting
kicking
put
us
out.
We had
That's,
been put
that's,
out of the house, and we
Getting
were
put
kinda,
out.
we had snuck back in overnight.
that's
And,
right. Oh man,
so
how
we
many
was-
times did we do that?
Yeah, maybe they had boarded that up, remember?
I know they had boarded the house up, Joe.
Yeah, they were
boarded it
poking
up, so
because
we
they were
actually
under
snuck in
like
there.
clothes in the closet, and
Right.
they were poking and time. It was Paula that said something.
They caught us.
Says he
Yeah.
They found us.
They found us, Jackie.
Oh my God. That was the worst. Oh my God. I can't even
They
tell you.
said, "Come out of there! Come
Talk
out of
about
there!"
the walk of shame. What the
Jackie,
hell?
Jackie,
I have to tell-
Jackie had to come out of there and take the clothes off her head.
Oh my God.
Oh my
I have to
God.
tell you, you know what? As kids, we were in one degrading situation after another. It's a wonder. It's a wonder we have any self-esteem at all.
Get out of
Oh
there!
my
Come on out of
God.
here now.
Tell you, no.
I can't believe they
Yeah,
were
but
poking.
remember-
They
remember
must
that
have.
time we lived in North Newark and that woman, and she didn't know mommy was home, and she started asking us about how many men came into the
Man,
house.
yeah, no.
Remember
From the
that?
welfare office.
Yeah, from the welfare office, how many men came into the house and blah, and what's all your last names? And she didn't know mommy heard her, and mommy, and she came and mommy turned her out.
Yes, she did. I remember that.
Was shocked.
But can you imagine that there used to be social workers that did that? Remember, we used to have to hide the phone or something when
Yeah.
it comes because you were not supposed to have a phone
Certain
if
Yeah.
you were
things.
on welfare.
Yeah.
could
You
not-
know,
in
how
fact,
did
you
you
could-
afford that?
Yeah, you couldn't have anything.
Well, or not only that, like sneaking. Remember, we had to sneak into that apartment because even though they had all those bedrooms, they didn't want so many kids.
Right.
So we had to, she had to sneak us in. Yeah, she had to
God
sneak us
bless
in.
her.
Oh
God
my
bless her.
God.
I mean,
I'm
it
telling
was
you.
quite an adventure. But we look back now, and I laugh about it. I mean,
I laughed, but it
I'm
was not
sure-
funny then.
I'm sure it was a very trying time for her, but you know,
right.
you can't.
Yeah, she must have been under a tremendous amount of stress when you go back.
Amount of
and-
stress.
it's
And
Think
strange.
about it.
single
Yeah.
parent
Yeah,
with
much
no
more.
income, basically.
Yeah.
Yep,
Basically,
Yeah.
no income, basically.
no income,
And black?
no family,
Black, no family.
no
Yeah.
family. But it's
Bless
funny
her
now, but it wasn't funny then. It
No.
wasn't.
But I mean, you could either look back on it and kind of smile and say, go on, girl, because you turned it out. As far as
Right.
I'm
Yeah, she
concerned.
did.
Yeah.
Or you could be traumatized by it. And I refuse to be traumatized
Sure.
by it because she worked her ass off to get us to this point where we can look back and smile.
That's right.
about it.
That's
That is
right.
right.
true.
I'm not.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That is
You did
true.
good, Doris. You did good.
You did
Yeah,
good.
you-
yeah,
She
yeah.
didn't do too bad. She did pretty
Yeah.
good.
Remember,
mean,
when she got arrested because she wouldn't move. Remember that woman
Wait.
that threw water? That
Oh,
in the
yes, and
projects? She threw
Yeah,
water. They
right.
threw water down on us, and she said, Mrs. Walker, we're asking you to. I'm not moving. And then then they sent the black cop over and said, Mrs. Walker, if you could just, I'm not moving. I said, well, we're gonna have to arrest you, Mrs. Walker, if you don't move. I live here. I pay rent. I'm not moving. And so and all the kids were standing around. Yeah, Miss
remember.
Walker, you tell her, Miss Walker. And then when they arrested her and took her to the cop car, she turned
We all
around and
saw-
said, "Call your
I know
father."
we all started crying. She's like, "Call Bert, call your father."
And we went up. We had to wake him up, and he put on his clothes over his pajamas, and he was saying,
He was
"I don't know why your
not
mother
happy.
doesn't keep her goddamn mouth
I
shut."
know. I can't keep my goddamn mouth shut.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. She was our hero, folks. And I think by listening to some of the things that happened to us as children, and really, you really haven't heard the worst. I mean, you can understand why we just refuse to let her memory fade. She was our hero. She saved us. She saved our lives, and we will never, ever forget that. That's why every Mother's Day, every July 9th, which is her birthday, we will celebrate her and remember the sacrifices and everything else she did to keep us together. And we want our mother, Doris Lorraine Walker, to know it's been 18 years and we still just can't get over the fact that she's not here with us. But we will never, ever forget the woman she was, the mother she was, and what she meant to us. Thank you very much for listening, folks. We'll be back next week with a group of women who have started a program to bring Black men and Black women together. We'll talk to you then. You've been listening to Real Talk, Real People. If you would like to be on the show, if you have an idea for the show, give us a call at 203-605-1859 or drop us an email at realtalkrealpeoplect@gmail.com. You folks have a good week and we'll talk again next week.